Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly update for February 27th, 2022. I'm hoping you can't hear the laundry, but if you do, I'm sorry. I'm in a rush this morning. I am going down to my parents' house because I'm actually doing the training that I was supposed to do a month ago. And then, you know, we all got the virus in a row kind of thing. So, I'm going down there to stay with my parents for the couple of days that is near that facility that I'll get some more training on. I don't think I'll be there more than 2 days, but we will see. So, as I said, I have my TBR up for March, which is, again, another ambitious thing, but I'm hoping I can get to a lot of things. It's really funny about one thing, which I'll get to in a second. Other than that, my voice is pretty much the only thing left, and I still have a cough for having the dreaded virus, so I think I'm doing okay that way. Other than that, I think that's kind of it. Did I mention last week? I forgot that my coworker that I had trouble with, she did quit, or, you know, she gave her notice like 2 days before she left, so she didn't even leave correctly. I don't know what. Anyway, so I don't have to deal with that anymore, which has been really nice, I have to say. Yeah. Anyway, and then what's another funny thing is that when I put up my TBR video for March, I mentioned that I missed library book sales, and what happened is I get a call right after I filmed that my dad was at a library book sale, forgot to tell me. Not happy with him, but because I'm going down to see them, we're doing the last day of the sale. So I think it's 10 books for $5 or something like that. So I'm gonna go and look. I probably won't. I'm not sure I'm gonna find much, but you never know. It'll be the first library book sale I've done in 2 years. So kind of excited, but again, I get the pickovers, or the stuff that's left. So we'll see what happens. I might not pick up much, but I still think it's funny that I mentioned it in that video, and then right after I find out my dad's out one, I was so mad at him. Anyway, so let's talk about the books that I finished, the ones I'm in the middle of, and what I think I'm going to read in the next week. So as I mentioned last week, I am mood reading, and I've just decided to binge a series, and I am so glad I did this. I had the first 2 books in the Pride series by Shelley Laurenston, and I reread The Main Event, which I had read last year sometime, and really enjoyed it. It is a paranormal romance series, and it's just zany and funny. I've read quite a few books by her, and under that name, as well as G.A. Aiken. So it's like, I love her writing. It's just fun. It's not, I would not say a lot of them are like 5-star books like that. They're just fun. And then again, it's one of those worlds where the shifters are kind of hidden, but kind of not. And then they're just zany, and they're crazy. And again, they're very sexy, and I like all that too. But they build on each other. So it's been great to read them back to back. So as I said, I finished The Main Event last week. Then I had like 50 pages left, I think, of The Beast in Him, which is book 2. This is my least favorite so far, this series. This one follows one of the wolf shifters and a wild dog, and I didn't like the first 100 pages because of their past together, like when they were kids. She said and did some things that I didn't really agree with, but after the 100-page mark, it got a lot better and much more interesting. It was just not my favorite, as I said. So this is probably my lowest rated of the books so far. I still think there's a lot of good stuff in here with characters and stuff. I still like these characters. I just didn't like some of the things that they did in here. It should have been a book that I really, really enjoyed because she was a character I should have connected to better. It was just the way she handled certain things that really made me mad. And you know how I have low tolerance for certain things. Anyway, lying is one of them, and it kind of was not a lying as in you know, doing it to she was doing it more to be cruel, not to get ahead of something. She was just trying to not let him know that she had liked him when they were younger, and or like she's forgotten about him kind of thing. And I just kind of got sick of that. That was the only thing I didn't like. And again, after the 100 pages, though, it got much better, and I finished like the ending, and how this went. So as I said, this was book 2. So of that series. Then I picked up The Main Attraction, which is book 3. This was a really good one. This actually was a surprise of how much I liked this. I was afraid I wasn't going to like this because the female character in here also is one I wasn't sure how I would like her with her being the main character in the book. But after all, I really enjoyed this one. It actually went in directions, again, never expected, just funny, crazy, zany, and also has some, a little bit of a mystery in it. My cat just knocked the door open, so sorry about that. He didn't like it closed. But I really enjoyed this one. This was following a lion shifter and a wolf, and oh, they were just funny because this was a friends to lovers one, which I liked because I didn't expect them to have fallen into the friends zone kind of thing at the beginning. Well, from another book, and then they kind of changed, and it was cute. I like this one a lot. And then oh, did I finish this Friday? Thursday. I finished this Thursday night. The Main Squeeze, which is book 4. Yeah, I'm book 4. So this one is another. This was another. My brain just shut down. Oh, this is my bear one. Oh, that's why I was like, why did I blank out on this one? This is because this has a bear, a grizzly bear named Locke. Oh, I love him. And then the female is a lion and tiger hybrid. So in this world there's certain things different about hybrids. Now what's really funny is, again, I read a series that's connected to this one, the Honey Badger series, which I love, the Honey Badger Chronicles, which I love, and now I'm so excited to reread them because a lot of these characters who I knew from that book that kind of just made appearances, and I knew that they came from another series, and so I'm finally reading this series. Now I'm like, I can't wait to reread that book just because of the things that I'm learning in these books about what happens with those books. It's just great. Anyway, so anyway, book 4 was I think this is my favorite so far. But again, I have a thing for bear shifters, always my favorites. I love them, and again, I did in the Honey Badgers series as well. The bears in there are some of my favorites. So I knew Locke would be one of my favorites. I really liked this book. It was a lot, and again, they have like little teeny mysteries in some of them, but they're not the main thing. It's mostly the romance, it's mostly them getting together, and that's the zaniness of all the people around them and them. So I really, really enjoyed that. So those are the books that I finished. I am still reading Dreams of Trespass, Tales of a Harem Childhood by Fatima Mernissi. So I did read a good chunk of this last weekend, but I haven't picked it up this week. I know I was going to read like a chapter or 2 a day, and I'm just not good with that. So I will get back to this. I got like 75 pages in, and I think it's, 240. So it's not like it's super long. It is this is her story of her life in a harem in Fez, Morocco. And it's so fascinating because it talks about different kind of, different kind of harems, and how her grandfather's harem was very different from her father's, and her father and her uncle live in the same complex in town, and then her grandfather, who lives outside of town, his is completely different, and it's so just different on who. It has to do a lot with the space of how and the connections between the families, and I'm not explaining this right. So when I get done with it, I'll probably be able to explain it better. But I really, really am enjoying this just because it wasn't what I really expected. But I do like seeing, again, she was born in 1940, so we get a little bit of her childhood, like after World War II, and how that affected Morocco and stuff. So anyway, I'm really enjoying that. It's just I don't pick it up as often as I should because I've just been binging the Pride series. So speaking of that one, I'm in book 5, Beast Behaving Badly. This one I'm really, really enjoying as well. I am 80 pages from the end. This one has to do with a lion, polar bear hybrid, and a wild dog, and a wolf hybrid. So they're both hybrids. So there's all these different. It's interesting how she deals with that, with how some people react to them being hybrids, and then their powers or their way that they shift and things they can do because their differences because of hybrids compared to ones that are just one species of shifter. Oh, it's really interesting. Anyway, this one also has a mystery where they're attacked, and they're they're just so cute. He's like a hockey player, so we get kind of hockey, and she's a derby girl, and it's just like, so, oh, it's just awesome. And it's really funny because I know that this couple is in the Honey Badger series, and things happen to them that now make me laugh even more, which I can't wait to reread, as I said. So I'm really enjoying this. As I said, 80 pages from the end. I'll probably finish that till later today if my parents let me read, but we'll see what happens. And then, just because I put up that TBR yesterday, and I mentioned that I had a library hold coming in for the audiobook for one of my potential March of the Mammoths, it of course popped in right afterwards as well. So, Lonesome Dove, I've started this on audio. I only did about 26 pages when I did a couple errands at lunchtime yesterday. So I will be listening to this on my way down to my parents' house, and then, you know, in the car probably for as long as I have the hold. I'm not sure I'll be able to read the whole thing on audio because I only have the hold for 21 days, and there was a list, so I'm pretty sure I'll lose it, you know, at that point, and then I might have to physically finish it, but that's fine. If I can get a pretty good chunk into it, that's fine for me. As I said, this one's 860 about, and again, I'm reading this for March of the Manliness, which is put on by Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, Al at Big Al Books, and Lukas at A Cruel Reader's Thesis. And I'm starting a little early, but this is not my main mammoth. This just happens to be one where I got the audiobook and I had to start it right away because I'm only going to have it for 3 weeks. So anyway, and then again, this is all I know about this. This is a Western, so we're following Cal and Gus, and I'm not sure yet. We're just right now at Lonesome Dove, and they're talking about their situation, and it's interesting so far. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this farther in, but we'll see. I'm enjoying it so far, and I said I've just barely started, so I'm gonna listen to that, and then after I finish Beasts Behaving Badly, I'm gonna go on to book 6 of the Pride series, which is Big Bad Beast. This is one I'm looking forward to because, again, these characters I recognize from the Honey Badger series, and then also because the last 2 books, they have been kind of in the back. Well, they're involved in things, but they're not the main characters. But you know, this is their book, so I'm excited to see what happens because I want to see how it comes out because it's been kind of rocky between them. So I'm really interested. He's a wolf and she's, well, no, they're both wolves in this one, but they're both from 2 very distinguished families for different reasons. And she's hardcore ex-Marine kind of thing, and he he's kind of that rich boy, but he's a chef, and so it also does other things. But I meant like, so they're kind of different. It'll be interesting. Anyway, I'm really enjoying reading this series. I've got all these books in the last couple weeks from eBay because I had most of them on Kindle, but I just find that I'm not liking to grab my Kindle as much, and I had a tendency this month to buy a lot of things that I had on my Kindle into physical form because I know I'll read it faster. There's something about that right now. Like, there's certain things I'll read on my Kindle, but I'd much rather have physical versions for a lot of things right now. So anyway, so the point is I'm continuing with book 6. I will probably move on past that. Again, there are 9 books in the Pride series, and then I have already purchased books for a series that comes before this called the Magnus pack, which I didn't know anything about until I was looking up this and I found it connected, and it has to do with some characters that I have met in some of these books, and so it'll be interesting to go back and read those as well. So I'm kind of reading this whole series out of order. That's fine. Anyway, but I want to finish the Pride series at least right now, and then I might take a break and then go back to Magnus, and then of course I want to reread the Honey Badger series so bad so I can actually finish the last book that I had gotten. So anyway, and then the very last thing is I will be starting on the first, Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This is my other Mammoth book. This is my main priority. I'm planning to read 40 pages a day. Have it all tabbed up. We'll see how this goes. As I said, I have attempted or tried to get myself to read this a couple times, but never actually physically opened the book. I realized that a couple of years, like back in 2020, I was supposed to read this for March of the Mammoths, and I didn't. And I'm guessing that was, the pandemic reasons. I don't remember why I didn't pick this up now. I just know that it was on my TBR, and I went, how did I not read this? Anyway, point is that I'm going to read this year. I'm going to get through this, or at least attempt it and know if I want to read it. So we're going to see how this goes. This is translated by Norman Denny, and it's 1,232 pages. So it is definitely a mammoth. So I'm hoping, as I said, I'm going to start this on Tuesday. I'm hoping I'm going to be coming home Tuesday from my training, but I might be there through Wednesday, but I'm hoping I'm going to be home Tuesday, and then I can read this when I get home, but I'm going to take it with me just in case I have to stay through Wednesday. So anyway, so that's all the books. A little bit, I'm enjoying my reading so much with the Pride series, and then I'm now going to be starting my Mammoths, and so many books. So I just wanted to, I've changed the board around just a tad. I've made it for 3 months because I'm just not reading as much as I have been in the past. The last couple months have been kind of bad for me. So we're just going to mark my 3 continue in a series. And that was all I finished, but again, I am focusing on series. I'm continuing series. That's pretty good, right? So my series about series is working. We'll see. Anyway, so that's it. I hope you guys are getting some reading done or enjoying your reading. I am just thoroughly enjoying this reading this series. I'm so glad I let myself do that. Again, now I'll be mixing in the Mammoths, so we'll see how this goes. So anyway, that's it. I hope you can hear me over the washer, but I have to wash clothes before I go to my parents' house. Anyway, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.